Hello. Right. Welcome to Croydon. Right. So this is just, if you want to call it coincidence, you can, but I don't call it that. I would say it's just God confirming certain things. So last night I was thinking about, well, not last night actually. It was, I was speaking to the carer, and there is conflict at the moment in her country, India, and she's traveling. Tomorrow will be her last day, and then she's gonna be off for 6 weeks. Her last day visiting my sister. So we were discussing um, whether or not she will be able to actually go, if the conflict is gonna affect her flight. And then we drew comparisons to, I mean, India is a big country. We drew comparisons to how the media exaggerates things. So, for example, I am here in Croydon, and there could be some trouble happening in Manchester, and the news would portray it like England is on fire. So, I guess India being such a vast country, the conflict might not even affect her. She's from the south, and she said the conflict is in the north, that the airports in the north are kind of closed. So, yeah, so in the evening I was contemplating Croydon, how lovely Croydon is, but yet people talk about how unsafe and how violent it is. When I'm leaving the gym later than usual because I got talking to a woman in the changing room. She came in and she was enthusing about her walk to the gym and how it's lovely out here and how it's green and how she loves Croydon and all the horrible things people say about Croydon. And as I said, you can call it coincidence, but I just call it confirmation from God on certain things that run through my mind from time to time. Sometimes I meet people and we end up having these types of conversation. But she said something, which is what I really want to talk about. She said something that has been on my mind, but I've not had cause to express it in conversation with anyone. And she said she was very upset about what's happening in Gaza because she was watching the news and seeing everything and how it upset her. So I asked her, what can she do about it? And she said nothing. She said it just made her feel very uneasy. So obviously she can't do anything about it. So I said to her, well, it's not your problem. Um, yeah, you can see things happening, but if you can't do anything about it, then leave it. Leave it to others who can do something about it to do something about it. And then I gave her the example yesterday about I mean, I'm not going to go into it, but it's something that the neighbors could help with if they felt so inclined, but they're not that way inclined. So, if it isn't in a person to do something, then God will not ask them to do it. You have to be that way inclined, and inclination is a choice, right? We can choose to be a good person, or we can choose to be a bad person. We can choose to be kind, or we can choose to be unkind. So, I think my final point to her was that ultimately, because she said she just wants peace in the world. So I said to her, the only peace really that we should be concerned with is inner peace, personal peace. And if every single person in the world was to focus on achieving inner peace or personal peace, there would be no conflict in the world. There would be peace in the world. So here I am. I've got peace. I always have peace, regardless of what's going on, because I'm assertive to the point of aggressive. I mean, I'm not aggressive, but if need be, I can be. Um, and I do not apologize for that. It would be called for if I had to resort to being aggressive. Right, so I can walk through this world without harming anyone. Right, so, and this is because I have peace. If there was no peace in my life, and I would then perhaps feel inclined to rob others of their peace, which sometimes people try to do to me. People actively sometimes try to rob me of my peace, which is where I get aggressive. Right? So I made a post on Facebook and I stated that when people are afraid of you, they leave you alone. A lot of people think I'm a really lovely person, people who don't know me. And so the people I tend to get on with best of all are those who don't know me, who we only meet and say hello and have, just general conversation. It's the people who want something from you who will end up becoming your enemy. That's what I find anyway. It's when people want something from you and they can't get it, that's when they're going to turn against you. I have no idea why the people in the Middle East cannot live in peace. When I say I have no idea, obviously on the surface you know what it is, but it's deeper than that. But I will maintain that if each of us was to seek to find peace in our own lives, there would be peace in the world. And that's it. Anyway, guys, have a nice day. I know I will. I just need to find somewhere to, or find some kind of activity where I can be out in the sun for a while. I don't want to just be walking around in vain. Alright, anyway, take care. Bye.